Hey guys, welcome back. Here is another way or calculator that you can use that is not Google and actually is my preference, but Google, it can be fast and easy. But if we go to our old friend Agile Mind, which hopefully you have saved or bookmarked like we did in class, and just log in as normal. There's actually calculators in here that you can use if you've never seen those or used them before. Again, we had calculators in class, so we kind of just used those. So if you come up here in the corner, you can see that there is like a question mark, a printer, and then there's this calculator here. And you click the calculator, there's three options: basic, scientific, graphing. Now, I know that we're not actually going to be graphing anything, but I prefer this, and you'll see why. It's run by Desmos, which is amazing. But when we come in here and you click in the box, you can click this keyboard up, and here are some keys that you would have on a normal calculator. And we can do fractions really easily. So again, if we wanted to do like 1/6, you just do divided by, and notice how it's already converted it into a fraction form, and then 6. And here it's already trying to tell me what it equals, and you're like, okay, great, thank you. But I'm not done. And so to get out of here, notice my cursor is still down in the denominator. You can either use this arrow to function around in your equation, or the arrows on your keyboard. So I'm going to arrow out. And then what I want to do is add to that 2/3. Okay. And so notice it's already given me an answer. If you actually arrow out and put equals, it's going to take that away. And that's because it thinks that you're going to put in an equation that it's going to graph for you. So we're going to get rid of that again. And here's my answer. But here's what I learned is that this will turn your answer into a fraction like we want, because here you have a recurring decimal, not super great, not very helpful. I don't want you writing all that out. You just click this button here and it will convert it into a fraction, and we're good to go. So kind of like this one a little bit more, it looks more traditional. I very clearly know that I have the correct things in the numerator and denominator, and it gives me a fraction answer. Now, we can also use this for exponents. So let's say we want to do 3 to the 5th power. So we type in 3 as our base, and then here, this a to a squared means a can be any base, which I've already typed in, and you click this, it's going to square it. Well, that's not actually what I wanted, though it does tell me that it's 9, which is good. And here you can see it's still, the cursor still up above, but let's get rid of that. So here, this a to the b, these are two variables, meaning we get to decide what a is and we get to decide what b is. So right now, again, I've decided that a is going to be 3, and then I click this and it moves the cursor up. So that cursor is now where an exponent should be. So then I can click 5, and now I have 3 to the 5. And now that my cursor is up there again, I can quickly change things. So there's my answer for 3 to the 5th. Again, if I wanted to do 2 to the 5th, there's 2 to the 5th. If I want to do 2 to the 8th, I can just change that. And you can just navigate with your arrows and change those things pretty easily. A quick note, though, when you do negative exponents, make sure to copy exactly what you have on the paper, because whether or not the negative is included is two different things. So let's say, for example, we have -4 raised to, and so I'm going to click this button here, the 6th power. So that gives me -4,096. Okay, and if we're not very versed with exponents and numbers yet, we might think that that's correct. But actually what this has done is, just like how an exponent only applies to the variable it touches, this only applies to the number. It actually didn't include the negative. So what this did is it took 4 and raised it to the 6th power and then did the -2nd. Whereas if we put parentheses around the -4 and close it and then raise it to the 6th power, you'll see that if you do -4 times itself 6 times, you will get a positive. So hopefully you see the difference there. So just make sure that you're careful when entering in negatives. If you want it to be included, when you raise it to the power, put it in parentheses. All right.